Hello, my name is Elena Moser, and I am currently majoring in interior design. My essay was originally about how Coca-Cola has become such a successful company through their corporate identity. This was done through their slogan, Open Happiness. From here it was decided that the research would be very helpful in designing a light which also brought happiness to people. Coca-Cola's aims are to inspire creativity, passion, optimism, and fun. This light is an extension of this statement by bringing joy to the user. The idea was that users would have to physically open the light in order to reveal the center, which would bring them some kind of joy. Then there was a problem of how a light would be able to bring joy in the first place. Research was done and it was found that a warm yellow is the color most associated with happiness and joy. This enforces firstly the feeling of warmth, but also of being together. The outside is black to highlight the contrast between opening and closing the light to reveal its joyful inside. Originally, the idea was to construct a flower whose petals opened alternatively to reveal the center where bees and butterflies would be located. However, the construction of this and the practicality were attempted and reviewed, and it was decided that a more sturdy alternative would be more appropriate, and therefore the box was chosen. It was not only sturdy but could be located anywhere, whereas a flower may look out of place in a solid building rather than being outside. The idea of the butterflies, which was taken from the flower, was used within the final design of the light, as they represent freedom and joy, but also vulnerability. The light can shine warmth out of three sides, and the user is able to control how much happy light they wish to be exposed to. This gives the user some sense of control, and they are no longer so vulnerable. From here there was a need for a context, and this ended up being a psychiatric ward. Further research was done in regards to mental illnesses, and it was found that particularly in regards to depression, that those people surrounded by positive people have a very low chance of developing this illness, whereas those with friends who are depressed have a higher chance of developing it themselves. Therefore, depression is catching. So why can't happiness be catching as well? From here the concept continued to develop. It is the motion of choosing to open the light, which is symbolic in regards to those patients who open it, are actively choosing to get better and admitting that they need help. This motion could also represent freedom, which highly contrasts with the old, pale, and prison-like building these facilities are often located in. It gives them hope that they will get better and eventually be free. A psychiatric ward is stereotypically a place which contains people who have a mental disability. Those who have not experienced this relate to the movies that they have seen. They are often depicted where patients are thrashing around as if they were possessed and in restraints. So, to the general public, it is a place of terror, or at least great discomfort. Through the design of the light, it appreciates the subtle beauty within these places. Certain illnesses respond positively to expressing themselves through art or music. Many patients produce outstanding work. The technology within these wards requires the individuals to be safe from themselves and others, as well as containing suitable medical equipment and medication for the patients. For this reason, some slight alterations will have to be made to the light, such as it opening by the push of a button, rather than with thread as illustrated. The materials used will have to be sustainable, such as using energy-efficient light bulbs in order to save money, and metal or timber, as patients can tend to be destructive. This light addresses the needs of patients with mental illnesses and those that care for them. It influences their behavior, mood, and mindset. This design could be the breakthrough to helping to figure out a way to help people with these illnesses. Who doesn't want a little bit of joy in their life? In conclusion, this light brings joy to those who need it most and make their day worth living. This light addresses the needs of patients with mental illnesses and those that care for them. It influences their behavior, mood, and mindset. This design could be the breakthrough to helping to figure out a way to help people with these illnesses. Who doesn't want a little bit of joy in their life? In conclusion, this light brings joy to those who need it most and make their day worth living.